Not one of my finest moments with the hop up breaking under my feet. Luckily no bones were hurt in the process, only a little bit of my pride. Now let me show you how we got to this point. Let's start at the top, which is always a good thing to do when you're taking down a chimney. I got a scaffolding put up and asked my father-in-law and a mate to come and help. As you can see, the chimney was so easy to take down, no tools required. We were literally just pulling the bricks off, which was one of the reasons we wanted to take this down. I think give it another couple of years and it could have just blown down. It also leaked when it rained, which was making one of the bedroom ceiling go all mouldy. Like I said though, so easy to take down, literally just pulling it apart with our hands. Probably took us less than an hour to get down to roof level. As most of the bricks came out whole, I decided to keep a lot of them for future projects. All the rubble was put into a tub and then lowered down into a skip below. We took the chimney down to the first floor ceiling as it was easier to get the bricks and rubble out of the hole in the roof where the chimney used to be than trying to get it through the tiny loft hatch and then down the stairs. This was a little bit harder as the chimney in the loft was rendered, so we had to pull out the hammer and bolster. Then we started to patch up the roof just in case it started to rain, because you never know what the British weather is going to be like. This involved installing a roofing membrane, tile battens and then some reclaimed tiles so it matched in with the original roof. That was all done on day one, so the following weekend I started taking down the bit in the bedroom, just a case of breaking it out, putting it in a tub and taking it to the skip. This build up of twigs was quite interesting. We first seen it up on the roof and it carried down all the way down to the ground floor. I can only imagine it was just years upon years of twigs being dropped by birds down there. This was the result once it was down. The airing cupboard backed onto this, so we're thinking about making this two cupboards now. One an airing cupboard and the other one a wardrobe for the little middle bedroom. All that was left was the remaining bit on the ground floor. I thought this would be the easiest bit as there was no stairs or scaffolding to climb, but it was probably the hardest part. Obviously what didn't help was the hop up giving way under my feet, but hey ho. The chimney measured about 1.5 wide and 500mm deep, and it was all solid brickwork. Our living room is fairly small, and one of the main reasons to remove the chimney was to open this room up so it was a more workable space, as we felt the chimney was just too big for the size of the room. The other reason, like I said before, was because it leaked when it rained, so I thought you can't have a leaking chimney if you don't have one. Anyway, another mate came over to give me a hand clearing out the last bit of rubble and the final bit of the old fireplace. So we went from this space to this one. It may be a small change, but one that will really make this more usable for us as we're planning on building a media wall. Hope you enjoyed, see you in the next one.